Introducing OpenAI in Preview, a new series of reasoning models for solving hard problems. Available starting 9.12, we've developed a new series of AI models designed to spend more time thinking before they respond. They can reason through complex tasks and solve harder problems than previous models in science, coding, and math. Today, we are releasing the first of the series in ChatGPT and our API. This is a preview, and we expect regular updates and improvements. Alongside this release, we're also including evaluations for the next update, currently in development. How it works: we train these models to spend more time thinking through problems before they respond, much like a person would. Through training, they learn to refine their thinking process, try different strategies, and recognize their mistakes. In our tests, the next model update performs similarly to PhD students on challenging benchmark tasks in physics, chemistry, and biology. We also found that it excels in math and coding. In a qualifying exam for the International Mathematics Olympiad, GPT-4 correctly solved only 13% of problems, while the reasoning model scored 83%. Their coding abilities were evaluated in contests and reached the 8th to 9th percentile in Codeforce's competitions. You can read more about this in our technical research post. As an early model, it doesn't yet have many of the features that make ChatGPT useful, like browsing the web for information and uploading files and images. For many common cases, GPT-4 will be more capable in the near term. But for complex reasoning tasks, this is a significant advancement and represents a new level of AI capability. Given this, we are resetting the counter back to 1 and naming this series OpenAI in Safety as part of developing these new models. We have come up with a new safety training approach that harnesses their reasoning capabilities to make them adhere to safety and alignment guidelines. By being able to reason about our safety rules and context, it can apply them more effectively. One way we measure safety is by testing how well our model continues to follow its safety rules if a user tries to bypass them. On one of our hardest jailbreaking tests, GPT-4 scored 22, while our own preview model scored 84. You can read more about this in the system card and our research post. To match the new capabilities of these models, we've bolstered our safety work, internal governance, and federal government collaboration. This includes rigorous testing and evaluations using our preparedness framework, best-in-class red teaming, and board-level review processes, including by our Safety and Security Committee. To advance our commitment to AI safety, we recently formalized agreements with the U.S. and U.K. AI Safety Institutes. We've begun operationalizing these agreements, including granting the institutes early access to a research version of this model. This was an important first step in our partnership, helping to establish a process for research, evaluation, and testing of future models prior to and following their public release. Permits for these enhanced reasoning capabilities may be particularly useful if you're tackling complex problems in science, coding, math, and similar fields. For example, can be used by healthcare researchers to annotate cell sequencing data, by physicists to generate complicated mathematical formulas needed for quantum optics, and by developers in all fields to build and execute multi-step workflows. To offer a more efficient solution for developers, we're also releasing OpenAI Mini, a faster, cheaper reasoning model that is particularly effective at coding. As a smaller model, Mini is 80% cheaper than Preview, making it a powerful, cost-effective model for applications that require reasoning but not broad world knowledge. How to use OpenAI in ChatGPT Plus, and team users will be able to access models in ChatGPT starting today. Both Preview and Mini can be selected manually in the model picker, and at launch, weekly rate limits will be 30 messages for Preview and 50 for Mini. We are working to increase those rates and enable ChatGPT to automatically choose the right model for a given prompt. An image of the new ChatGPT dropdown that displays the new Preview model option over a bright yellow and blue abstract background ChatGPT Enterprise. And new users will get access to both models beginning next week. Developers who qualify for API usage Tier 5 can start prototyping with both models in the API today with a rate limit of 20 RPM. We're working to increase these limits after additional testing. The API for these models currently doesn't include function calling, streaming, support for system messages, and other features. To get started, check out the API documentation. We also are planning to bring Mini access to all ChatGPT free users. What's next? This is an early preview of these reasoning models in ChatGPT and the API. In addition to model updates, we expect to add browsing, file and image uploading, and other features to make them more useful to everyone. We also plan to continue developing and releasing models in our GPT series, in addition to the new OpenAI series.